Jack. I'm with How We Roll RV, and we want to appreciate you guys renting from us. I'm going to show you a little bit of a walkthrough here on this camper, so that way maybe I can help you all understand a few things. First of all, I'm going to show you, this is our main control panel right here. We have our ceiling lights, which is located right there for the front ceiling. And then you can see right there, those are our front ceiling lights. We have our slide, extend, and retract button. Anytime you use the slide, you want to make sure that your parking brake is on, and also that the key is out of the ignition and it is in park. And then you can go in or out.
That's very important.
Now, if for some reason the slide will not come out and the batteries are dead or something, you want to start the generator or be plugged in. And to do that, we just press and hold this stop button right here until our light comes on right there, and that primes our generator. And then we'll just press and hold this start right here for just a second, and you can see there's our generator started up right there. So once that generator started, you can the batteries will be charging and everything, and you'll be able to pull the slide in and out. Then to cut the generator off, you just press this button down just like that. Now right here, you all are going to extremely cold weather, and right here are our tank heaters. This keeps your black and gray tanks from freezing on you, and we just turn those on, and your black is your sewer and your gray is your sink and shower. That's your wastewater, and if those are not turned on, they will freeze the tanks up. This right here is your water pump for if you're not connected to water at a campsite. We just turned that on, and maybe heard that gargle just a little bit, so now anytime I go turn a faucet on and I'm not connected to water, if I'm going down the road, my water pump will start working. This right here, these are our two water heaters. We've actually got one water heater, but it works off propane or electric. If you're somewhere that you're not connected to electricity, go ahead and turn that LP gas propane on right there, and that'll start heating your water. Give it about 15 minutes, and then you'll be good to go. And then if you're at a campsite, you can turn that one on right there. Again, give it about 15 minutes, and you'll be good to go. Just make sure anytime that you're using the shower, you want to turn that off when you're done, just because it'll save propane. Okay, right here is all of our levels here, and you can see we have E to full. Our propane is at 2/3. You'll probably have to stop, and I'm sure we should have it filled up for you, but you should be okay. Battery is full. Your fresh tank is full. Your black is empty, but for sometimes the lights come on, there's toilet paper stuck. And then your gray is empty as well. It just, for some reason, those do that sometimes. This right down here, this is our thermostat for the front of the coach. If we want to turn our heat on, we just go over to heat and move that up, and here's your temperature there, and you can probably hear that fan running. I don't think I'll even show you air conditioning, probably because you won't even need it.
Now there's two of those, right? It's front and back.
Yes, there's that one, and then there's one right back here on the wall. And if you see back here, there's no heat on this one. There's just cool, but the front unit should work just fine for you. And now, right here, if you want to operate the TVs on this coach, all you have to do is just press this inverter and turn that on right there. And now we will go over here and grab our remote. Let's see here. There we are right there. Here's your remotes to your TVs right here. We'll just go ahead and press and turn that on right there. And our TV is coming up right here. So you can see there's our TV. Right up here there's a button that is our for our antenna, which is located just right here for you. And then this right here is our HDMI splitter right here. You don't have to worry about that, but you'll just turn the antenna on just like that. And then you'll walk right up here, and you'll just crank this up right here, and that just brings the antenna up so it gets a good signal.
Just make sure it's lowered when you you drive off.
Before you leave, you just want to make sure it's lowered. So now let's go back to our TV here, and this is the same for all the TVs. You just press the menu button right here, scroll over to channel, go down and make sure it's on air, auto scan, and start scan, and then it should start finding channels for you. And then once it's locked on, you should be good to go. But that is how you operate the TV right there. And then we will go ahead and put your remote right back up here for you. And then I've also got, I don't know how many people y'all are going to have with you, but I've got an air mattress down in there and an air mattress right above the cab up front. And that just slides down. I'll show you how that bed comes down here in a second. This right here turns into a bed, and all you have to do is just reach back here and grab this, and all it does is just pull forward and lay flat. And then a bar comes down, and then you put an air mattress on it and blow it up, and you have your bed there. And then, I'm going to go ahead and turn that inverter off. Then this one here, I've got the cushions back there next to the bed back there to turn this one into a bed. And what these do is these cushions come up, these two levers under here turn. And if you can see those two levers right there, they turn. And then this one just pushes down flat. And then you'll take the cushions and fill in the gap, and you have a bed up here. And then the last one is right up here, and you'll want to remove these pins just like that. And that one's released right there. And then you also want to make sure that the chairs are laid back so they don't get in the way. And then we will just get our lower. Let's see, right? There we go. And you just go all the way down until it's done. And I'm going to stop it right there just so I can show you. And there's your air mattress up here. And the pumps for the air mattresses are located in that closet back there. And then to raise it, of course, just raise it right back up just like that.
Oh, that scared me. It's cold.
Alright, and that's all there is to that front bed. And then you just want to put these tabs right back in there. That just keeps it from falling if you're driving or something. So that's your bed operation. Let me show you your refrigerator back here. So you can see our refrigerator is cold and it is turned on and ready to go for you. The main thing is watching this right here. It's set to auto. If this gas check is flashing, you want to turn it off and then back on, and that just resets the refrigerator. And then right here in the bathroom, it's pretty simple to use. All you got to do to flush the toilet is just press this pedal here, and that flushes your toilet. Make sure that every time you dump the tanks, you put the drops inside the toilet and just flush it. That just keeps it smelling nice. And that's whenever you go to dump the camper, not every time you use the toilet. And then right here, we've got extra toilet paper up here for you. As well as right here, this is a GFI plug. So if I press that right there, that cuts power off to all the plugs, and you just want to hit that reset button if that does that. Of course, you got a big shower right in here, and this is ready to go for you. And all it does is just slide back, and then that just closes up just like that. Then we have our light switches. Any switch like this is going to be like a light switch. And now let's go up front up here and let me show you some things as far as the awning. Alright, so here we are in our driver's captain seat. And the first thing I want to show you is whenever we are going to be setting up for camp, I'm going to go ahead and start my motor up as if I'm parking for the evening or something, and I've pulled into my campsite and I'm parked. First thing we want to do is make sure our parking brake is on. That's located down here. And then you have a release right there. But we'll go ahead and press that down for you. And then right over here is our jacks, and for some reason our jacks don't seem to be working. But whenever you want to set up the jacks, you'll come to the main menu, scroll down to manual level and hit enter, and then press whichever one feels unlevel to you. But that's your jacks right there. We have our mirror heat, which is located right here, and that just keeps the mirrors from getting frost on them. We have our left and right mirror adjustment right there. Our headlights are located just right up here. We have our fog lights and emergency start. If we press and if our batteries are dead on the chassis, we press and hold emergency start and turn that key, and it just pulls power from the batteries to start our motor. This right up here, this is our stereo, and this is as well as our backup camera. So when we turn this on here, we can hit our, let's mute that, and we will go to mode, and let's see, let's go to menu. Let's hit menu right there. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna pull that camera up for you, and there's our rear camera right there, so you can see, as well as when I turn on my blinkers, we've got side cameras as well on both sides there. Then we have our generator start and stop up here, as well as one in the back. We have our front cab light, which is right up above me, your driver and passenger fan, HDMI cable, and USB charger for the stereo. And then the main thing with driving this is right here is called a tow haul mode. You just want to make sure that's turned on all the time.
Where is it at?
That's located right here at the end of the stick right here. And that is going to mainly be like an engine brake, so it's going to help you stop. So you just want to make sure you always have that turned on, and if it starts revving right around 4,500 RPMs, turn it off and then turn it back on again. That just resets it. Then of course you have your AC and heat and all that, just like in a car right up here. But I believe that concludes everything I have. I hope y'all enjoy your trip. Thank you. Alright, so here we are. Let's talk about the outside of the unit real quick, and I'm going to show you some basic things you might need to know. So right here, first of all, we've got all these plugs right up here. We have our indoor lights, which is our ceiling lights. We've got our outside porch light, and then you've got a LED strip light on the end of the awning right there. This right here is your RV disconnect. Make sure you stay away from that. If you do hit store, it cuts off all the power and all your food will spoil and all that. So just make sure you stay away from that. This right here is our awning in and out. We're gonna go ahead and press our out right there. And the awning is a little slow. So whenever you press that one time, you just wanna give this pole out here just a little bit of a tug right there. Just like that. And that just kind of helps it unlock. And just like down here on this one, you just give it a little bit of a tug right there. And then,
Especially if it's cold.
yeah, especially if it's cold. And then we will go ahead and go out with it.
It may be frozen.
Yeah, it's okay now, but it's we're just gonna let it go all the way out. Let's see. Alright, and then we just go all the way out until it is done like that right there. I just stop right there. And then this next switch right here is your step switch. So if I close the door right now, the steps will go stay out, and if you turn that on, the steps will go in and out as you open and close the door. So when you're camping, just make sure that switch is turned down. So that is pretty much the as far as how the inside and awning and things work. Let me show you the outside as far as how a lot of these things work. So we've got our key out here. This goes to our outside bay doors. And you can see the color of the key. These two keys go to our main door. This one goes to our ignition, and this one goes to your fuel cap. And this one right here goes to your motor. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you out here as far as what we have got out here. Let's see. We got some good storage out here. So, whoops, let's see. There we go. I've got you a rug in here, and then I've got you, I believe, a few chairs in there just in case you need those. So there's that. This one right here, of course, just more storage as well, right under there. And then right here, this is also more storage as well. I've got some jumper cables in there and just some things you might need as well under there. Now this right here is one of the most important parts of the entire camper. Something about this camper is our batteries don't seem to be charging whenever we run the generator or the motor. So anytime you're stopped or you are plugged in at a campground or you're running the generator and you're stopped, you want to make sure that your battery is connected to our charger like this here. And you can see where I'm connected, and then you want to come over here and plug the charger into that port right there. And that
So where's that battery, where's those chargers plugged into?
They are plugged into one here and then one back there in the back there.
Okay.
So that's going to help charge
They'll
the
just
batteries.
be, when you pick it up, it'll be automatically done like that.
Exactly,
Correct?
exactly.
Okay, so don't touch it.
Yeah, don't
just
worry
make
about
sure that the unit is plugged in when you're
Charged.
stored
Yes,
anywhere.
correct.
Okay.
Alright, so there's that right there. And of course those were all of your bay doors out here. Outside TV is pretty much the same as the inside TVs. And your remote is located just right here for your outside TV. And there's that. And now we will go back here and I will show you your outdoor kitchen right here. Go ahead and open this up. And we've got our refrigerator right here. You can see our outdoor refrigerator for you. Then right back here, you'll notice that our refrigerator is unplugged. What I've realized is if you plug it into this plug, the inverter has to be turned on, which pulls power from the batteries. So the best thing to do is plug it in underneath here into this plug. And when you turn the, when you ever have the generator running or you have the camper plugged into a spot, it'll start running the refrigerator off of the power at the campsite or the generator. There's also the sink out here, and if you do need to drain the sink, when you turn it on, it'll fill up with water, and we're too low for the for it to go into the gray tank, so we have to have a pump. You'll just press this button right here, and that just pumps it right over to the gray tank. So there's your outdoor kitchen, and now I will show you right here. You just want to make sure that this door is closed. You just want to give it a snug push. Right here is your water fill. That's for your onboard water if you're not at the campsite and you need water, like going down the road. There's a reservoir in there, and that's how you fill that reservoir up. Right back here, this is, of course, some more storage right out here for you. We'll open this up, right, whoops. Let's see, I locked it up. Let's see, okay.
Might be frozen.
No, let's see. There we go, okay. And of course, this is just more storage out here for you. And then, right in here, this is our generator. And the cover just pops off of the generator.
Will we need to take that off?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you where the breakers are on this thing.
Oh,
here.
the breakers, okay. Yeah. All right, that's important. Because that can happen in cold, so that popped off, right?
Yeah,
okay.
So I just pop it off like that.
Okay.
This is where you'll check your oil right here. You just twist this open, check it with the dipstick, and add oil if you need it. We'll have some Rotella oil in here for you. Right here are your two breakers. If those get flipped, you won't have any power from the generator. You just want to make sure those are turned on just like that. Then, of course, to put it back on, this just goes in here, slides up and sits down, and then it just snaps on just like that. So that is your generator.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how we connect the camper and everything to our electricity, so we're going to do our electricity, our sewer, our water, and our cable. So first of all, this plug right here, you can see I'm plugged into our electric, and all you do is it's a cable, and it'll be stored in this bay right here. But we just take this and screw it on just like that, and then your other end of your electric cord will be right over here, and you can see it's a pretty long cord, and I'm actually plugged into a 30 amp right now, so I couldn't run 2 ACs, I can only run 1.
You're plugged into 30, so you cannot run 2 ACs, only 1. Okay.
And now I'm plugged in right here. This is a 50 down to a 30 amp, which we provide for you. So there's our electric right there, and it just plugs in, and at the campsite there'll be a breaker. You just turn that breaker on and you'll be good to go. So right back here, in this bay.
Don't get too far away from me, I can't hear you. Okay, there we go.
Okay, in this bay right here, we have got our water hose, and then we have a 30 amp to a 110. That's like if you're at the house and just want to make sure those batteries stay charged, just plug that in and make sure you plug that thing, the batteries to the outlet outside over there as well. So we've got our water, and then we have our electric right there for you. This is where you will fill your gasoline up at. And of course, we just take this key right here and just turn it, and that unlocks our gas cap just like that. And I always like to have that because people do steal the gas. So there's that for you. And then right here, this is more connections. Right in here you can see I've got our sewer, and that's your sewer hose right there. And then right over here, we have got our sewer dump area. And what we do is this cap right here will just spin off just like this. And then this cap right here comes off. Your sewer hose will connect to that right there, and it will go into a port just like this behind me, right there. And then what we'll do is we want to pull the black first, and then we'll pull the gray. The black is your sewer, the gray is your sink and shower. That just flushes the line out. So unless you want sewer everywhere, make sure you do this one first and then this one. So that is how we do our sewer right there. And then, actually, what I have inside there, I've got 2 hoses. You want to use the red one right there to connect to the camper. And then this one right here will be your dump to go into the ground right there.
It's an extension, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's an extension.
That's correct.
Okay. That's to give you extra cord. Okay.
This right here is your propane. If you do need propane, they will come in and they will open this cap up. They'll connect their nozzle and fill it up. If for some reason
They're going to ask you to make sure everything's off as well, which means
Correct. The
going to need to be your
refrigerator.
refrigerator. It needs to be in an off position.
Absolutely. And now a lot of times when they do that, they'll cut this gas off right here just like that, and they'll forget to turn it back on. So if for some reason nothing's working, come out here and turn that back on, and then of course make sure that's on right there. That's just a protector for that.
Yeah,
and you'll be good
they
to
do this
go.
often. They forget.
Yeah,
they
very
forget when they're
often.
filling it to turn it back on. Just make sure it's on. Okay.
So there's that. Your water hose will connect right here, and if you're going to cold weather, I highly don't suggest connecting your water hose. I just suggest filling the water tank up and using onboard water because it'll freeze the lines up. This right here is an outdoor shower, and that just opens up. And then you won't need an outdoor shower, but
If you're going to cold weather.
Yeah, exactly. And this is your water heater. That's our vent for our water heater. That's just where it'll breathe. And then this right here is our cable for our connection to a campground, and I've got a cable in here for you that just screws on there and screws into the campsite. Then you have your cable TV. Then right up here, all of these right up here are just extra storage in these bays right here. And I believe that concludes everything with the outside there for you.